Good morning. Namaste. Thank you all for joining Saturday morning. Let's give us a minute until a few other people join and I can set up my match. How are you all doing? Are you ready for the weekend? Hope this is a great weekend. Sit comfortably, and I hope the camera angle and the light is okay. If there is any problem with the audio or video, I'll just message either on the WhatsApp or on the chat here. We can try to fix it. Hopefully, if I can readjust the camera just to show. Okay, so we can begin. Sit comfortably, palms in Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep inhale, full belly. On your exhale, begin to chant the mantra Om. You can do the root laugh, Moola Bandha. You can pull the rectal muscles up as you begin to chant, as you begin to exhale through the mouth. The first two syllables of the mantra you exhale through the mouth. The last syllable, third syllable of the mantra Om. Then you close your lips and exhale normally through the nose. The first two syllables you exhale through the open mouth. So let's begin. This is called pranava. It's a beautiful Omkara pranayama that allows your body to take 8 times more oxygen, calms your mind, calms your nervous system to begin practice. Continue on your own, at your own pace. You don't need to wait for me. Vande Guruna Charana Ravinde Sandarshita Swatma Sukha Bode Nishkreshe Jangalikaya Mani Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shante Abaha Purushakaram Shankar Chakrasidaya Sahasra Siksham Svetam Pranamami Patanjalim. We bow down to sage Patanjali, who brought the wisdom of yoga from the millenniums, documented into this Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your arms up, Uncha, inhale. Exhale. As you bring your arms down, chin towards your chest. Keep the spine straight and elongated on your inhale. Looking up to the ceiling, you can even drop your head back, open your throat. Exhale. Excuse me, I have some allergies about that. Sorry, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So slowly as you're warming up, let's add a twist. Keep the spine straight. Bring your right arm up, left hand on your right knee. So with support of your left hand and your right knee, you can also keep the right hand supporting your spine straight with fingertips on the mat. Our entire palm on the mat. Just relax your right shoulder. On your inhale, reach your crown of the head towards the ceiling. On your exhale, deepen the twist. Turn your head back. Feel the stretch on the left side of the neck. Look through the right corners of the eye. Observe the twist is coming from the base of the spine towards the crown of the head. You're not just twisting the upper body, just twist the entire body from the bottom up, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So that allows you to unwind as well as let go any tightness, strain in your lower back muscles. Slowly come back to the center. Inhale, reach up. Place your right hand on the left knee and support your spine straight with your left hand behind. There is no weight on the hand. Our fingertips, as you rest the fingertips, our palm on the mat behind. There's no weight at all. Just keep the spine straight. Reach up to the ceiling on your inhale. On your exhale, deepen the twist. Turning your head back. Feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Left shoulder is behind the right. And do not tighten your shoulders. Keep shoulders relaxed. You can keep the entire palm on the mat and observe the twist is coming from the bottom up, from the base of the spine. Any tightness in your lower back, this is the time to let go. Slowly begin to let go. Connect with that sacral chakra there, right there, on your twist, on the root chakra. And slowly come back to the center. We'll do a couple more stretches on the side, sideways. Keep your left hand on the mat. Stretch on the right side of the body. Turn your head to the ceiling. Sit evenly on both sit bones. There's no weight on the hand. Left hand on the mat. Just stretch and elongate. Arch your right side of the entire spine. And same thing with the other side. Place your right hand on the mat. And stretch and arch on the left side of the body. There's no weight on the right hand on the mat. Sit evenly on both sit bones. Slowly opening up all the energy channels. So we're going to do arching back as well and arching forward as well. So if you want to switch your stance, this is the time to switch your sitting stance from the cross leg to Japanese style. A lot of times I do this because it's a lot easier and comfortable. You can even keep a blanket, but there should be no pain on the knees. And you can sit between your heels, and this is a very comfortable sitting stance as well. So usually we call this as Japanese style. And a lot of times in martial arts, we sit in this pose and meditate. So you could do a cross-legged, lotus, half lotus, or this style Vajrasana, hero pose, or diamond pose, you can call it. So any of these postures are sitting comfortably, keeping the spine straight. Bring your arms up, reach up. This time you're going to arch our spine backwards. Lift your heart, open your throat. You can bring your arms like sideways, like this, as if you're offering with a devotional practice. Just arch your spine, entire spine, from the lobe, from the base of the spine to the neck, to the crown of the head. You can even drop your head back, open your throat, open your heart. It's a beautiful offering of prayers and devotion as we begin to practice. Also, it opens up your heart center, opens up your throat center, and relieves any tension, stress, and strain in your lower back muscles. It's a beautiful way. A lot of times I start my day in this pose. It's a beautiful day. You can also interlock your hands behind, press your palms into each other, slowly extend your elbows as you bring your shoulder blades together. And this is also some variation while you're arching your spine backwards. Just let go as we slowly begin to bring our body and mind focused. Bring your arms up, all the way up, reach up. This time you're going to lean forward. If necessary, you can widen your knees as necessary so that you can still sit between your heels. Bring your arms up, reach forward, fold forward, and then place your hands on the mat or on the floor, walk your hands forward. As you bring the forehead down towards the ground. Take your time, keep the spine straight, sit between your heels, bring your arms forward as much as you can, and readjust your sitting stance as necessary. But keep the spine straight and relaxed as you bring the forehead down, including your neck and the spine is in one straight line, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Once your forehead touches the ground, you can even, normally in the child's pose, we can actually bring your arms behind and sit in the child's pose. But here in this yoga mudra, you can still keep the arms forward. So that's the only minor difference. But however you sit comfortably, allow the opening up all the energy channels and energy centers along the spine. From the base of the spine, the first energy center is the root chakra. Muladhara chakra. Hope you can hear me when I'm speaking towards the floor here. And focused on the root chakra, the base of the spine, the Muladhara chakra, which is grounded, connected with the earth, the first element of the universe. Bring your awareness, focus, connect with the vibration of that first energy center there, and also open up any spiritual, like if you have a dormant spiritual energy, like this is like a sleeping snake, you want to awaken that Kundalini Shakti as we begin to open up that energy center as you connect with that Muladhara chakra. Deep inhalation all the way, take the breath to the Muladhara chakra. On your exhale, chant the mantra LAM, L-A-M, LAM on your exhale. One single chant and one single exhale. On your exhale, slowly, continuously draw the belly in. On your exhale, as you chant, begin to chant the mantra LAM, Bij mantra LAM. LAM. So just focus on the abdominal muscles, drawing the stuff to belly in and in and in and in continuously on your exhale. One more time. Deep inhalation to the root chakra. LAM. Now bring your awareness to the second energy chakra. By the way, you can also chant multiple times on the long exhale. So if you want to do third time at the root chakra, let's do before we move up. Let's focus on the root chakra one more time. Focus on that
awakening that Kundalini Shakti. And then on your exhale, chant multiple times. But it is still a long exhale, one single long exhale. It's a gradual, phased by phase. Every time you chant mantra, you draw the belly in and in and in gradually every time you chant. Lam, 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 lam. So you keep chanting and you keep chanting multiple times until there's no more air to exhale. Now bring your awareness to the second energy chakra, sacral chakra, Swadhisthana chakra. This represents the water. Our body consists of 70% of the water, and the planet Earth consists of 70% of the water. So the vibration of this water is very important, which purifies our body inside out. And the vibration of this water element is so important that it brings our integrity, our cohesiveness, connection with that reproductive healing energy at the sacral chakra, sacrum, near the sacrum. You can even visualize the color orange. The first one was the red and this was the orange colors of the rainbow. Focus on this and focus on the vibration of this chakra is VAM, VAM, on your exhale. VAM. The second time you can chant multiple times. Every time you chant, you draw the belly in, further in, further in, and further in. One more time. One, 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 one. So you observe this. When you're done, your belly is touching your spine all the way deep within. So now bring your awareness to the third energy chakra, core chakra, near the nabi, near the navel area, and this represents the city of jewels. This is like the Manipura chakra, city of jewels, and this represents the fire Agni, Agni that detoxifies the body, that Agni that generates the inner heat. Even in the middle of the warm, in the middle of the winter, it generates the warmth inside your body. This is like the inner sun, inner light. Focus on that inner heat. A lot of times we do this belly breathing in the asanas practice, and this is called yogic belly breathing. Focus on your nabi, deep inhalation, and a deep exhalation as you draw the belly in. Chant the mantra Ram, R-A-M, Ram. Ram. Also, you can visualize the color of the fire yellow at this chakra. One more time. Inhale. Ram, 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 Ram. Now bring your awareness to the heart center, fourth energy chakra. This represents the wind. We cannot see the wind, but this is where the wind, you feel the light weight of the wind. You feel the heart, the love and compassion inside your heart. As we inhale, open and expand your hearts, open and expand your lungs. On your exhale, focus on the invisible wind, focus on that the deep compassion and love inside your heart. And then on your exhale, visualize there is a green shining diamond in the heart lotus. On your exhale, chant the mantra Yam, Y-A-M. Yam. Now bring your awareness one more time to the heart center. On your exhale, chant multiple times. Yam, 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 yam. Now bring your awareness to the throat center. This is the fifth energy chakra, and this represents the space. Space is invisible too. Wind, at least you can feel it, right? You can feel when the wind breeze passes through, touches your body. but the space, you don't even feel it. It doesn't mean that it isn't there. The space is the one that encompasses everything, every object in the universe, every object, infinite space, inside and out, and that's the space, and that's the space in yogi's terms. It's like a sky. It's like you can visualize the color of the sky, the blue sky, color of the sky. On your inhale, allow the breath passes through the throat. On your exhale, allow the breath passes through the throat as well, as if you're drinking the air. You should feel the breath passing through the throat on your inhale. This is ujjayi breathing. This is a different technique. Sometimes we do yogic breathing, sometimes we do ujjayi breathing in the asanas practice, victorious breath. On your inhale, inhale through the throat, exhale through the throat. Chanting the beach mantra, hum, H-A-M, hum. Hum. Second time, chant multiple times. Hum, 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 hum. Now, bring your awareness to the sixth energy chakra on the forehead. This is the Ajna chakra, the third eye, the spiritual eye. And this is where most, the three major energy channels almost come uniting at this chakra, like Triveni Sangamam, like three rivers in India. They join together in one spot, and that's called Sangamam, Triveni Sangamam. And this is like our major three energy channels in our body, the center and the left and the right. They almost come united here, almost. And this Triveni Sangamam, this is where you feel the inner light. A lot of times we practice, meditate, and focus on this center. This is like the window into your spiritual self. And you look through within, listen to that inner vibration, remove the ignorance, illusions, delusions, ignorance, and removing the curtain, allowing the light to pass through. Focus on the center, like removing the ego that separates you from the universe. Focus on this center, inhaling, exhaling. Chant the Bij mantra Om, A-U-M, Om. Finally, bring your awareness to the seventh energy chakra on the crown of the head, Sahasrara chakra, thousand petal lotus. Visualize each and every one of these thousand petals are opening up as you focus on this highest energy chakra. Feel oneness in your body, mind, and spirit, and feel oneness with the whole universe. And you can chant the third syllable in the mantra Om like a humming bee sound, or you can just simply observe the stillness and silence within. One more time. So this is the third pranayama. This is called Brahmari. So we can focus sitting straight, focused on the vibration in the skull, in the head, crown of the head. You can focus chanting the humming bee sound, like a humming bee sound, that becomes the Brahmari pranayama. So those are the three major breathing techniques, 3 or 4 breathing techniques you already learned. The yogic breathing, deep within to the belly, most of the common, very common breathing technique, and then the inhaling through the throat, exhaling through the throat, ujjayi breathing. And this third one is the Brahmari, where you focus on the crown of the head. You supply prana, the vital living force, and the entire oxygen, most of the oxygen to the brain directly. Slowly walk your hands back as you sit straight.
So that's how we begin begin the practice with the Yoga Nidra and the Yoga Nidra, just becoming aware of all of your energy channels, energy centers to begin the practice. So now that we set an intention, slowly set the practice, begin the practice with warm-ups. Um, so today, if you remember in my last Saturday morning class, we touched upon the Sutra 40 in the Yoga Sutras Patanjali last time. So 40, Sutra number 40 in chapter 2 talks about as a yogi, you can practice, you can focus, you can concentrate on any minute particle in the universe, or you can focus on the infinite nature of the universe. And there's no distinction on what you can focus on and what you cannot focus on. And that was the Sutra 40. And the atomic nature of the universe or the infinite nature of the universe, the macrocosmic or microcosmic nature. And that is what we were able to focus as yogis. And that was the Sutra number 40. So today we will think about what is the next step. When you develop the concentration and focus, the next step naturally goes to meditation, naturally. When your mind is so focused uninterruptedly for a longer duration, you go into the deeper meditation. So from dharana, you move to the jnana. But in this sutra number 41, Patanjali takes even further one more level. From dharana to meditation all the way to the samadhi. The eighth limb of the Ashtanga Yoga, right? Eighth limb is the samadhi, the highest state of union of body, mind, and spirit is samadhi. So in this sutra number 41, he talks about what is the nature of samadhi. What is the nature? What is that union of body? When we say union of body, mind, and spirit, what is it exactly it means? In the sutra number 41, he talks about. He also gives an example of a diamond, crystal clear diamond, without any imperfections. So when the diamond is nearby an object of a colored object, the diamond has the tendency, as a nature, of reflecting the same color of the object that is close to the diamond. So that is the nature of the diamond. When it is purely, when it is clear of all the impurities, it's completely perfect, crystal clear diamond has a tendency to reflect on whatever the colored object that is nearby. And that is the beauty of the diamond is. So he gives that as an example, and then Patanjali talks about, compares it with the mind. When the mind is also clear of all the disturbing thoughts, thought patterns, and waves, just like the diamond is clear of all the impurities. When the mind is cleared of all the thought waves in the mind, it becomes like a pure diamond. It can reflect on whatever object that you can focus on, whatever object, whether it is inside you or outside you, whether it is microcosmic or macrocosmic, whatever object you can focus on. So the mind takes the identity of that object that you focus on. That is how the yogi develops. When you reach that state, when the mind becomes one with the very object that you're focused on, and it becomes one with that object, that becomes a samadhi. Let's say, just an example, maybe you want to focus on the nature of maybe, whether it's the planet Mars. Just yogis developed all of this wisdom in the deepest part of their meditations. So you focus on whatever that object is. Maybe you focus on the moon or the sun, or maybe you can focus on maybe your loving daughter, or loving daughter, the person that you love most. So you just focus on that object or the person, and then you go deep into that meditative state and go beyond the meditative state. Your mind becomes clear of all the thoughts and becomes one with that object, very object that you are focused on. And not only with that object, you actually become you feel the inner nature of the object. That is how the yogis develop the planetary motions, the understanding of the universe. That is how they developed. Even before the physics developed all these gravitational principles, they knew how the planetary movements are. And so this is how they develop the wisdom, the deepest state of that meditative state, in that samadhi. So that is what it's all about, 41, Sutra number 41. So beyond 41, it talks about several kinds of samadhis, but again, just focus on, see what is your understanding? How do you reach that highest state of samadhi is to remove all the impurities, like you become like the crystal clear diamond. And that is how the first state of samadhi is removing all the thought waves in your mind. And then you try to focus and go beyond the meditation on that object. You become that object. You understand the inner nature of the object. That is how you develop samadhi state. So again, with that understanding in mind for today, just one sutra talks a lot about it, but it's beautiful. So see how you can understand. So slowly come into all fours. Palms right below the shoulders, knees right below the hips, spine in a straight line, neck in a straight line. Inhale, lift your tailbone, arch your spine, like you come into cow, relax your shoulder muscles. Just let go any tension in your lower back. Exhale, chin towards your chest, round your spine, you come into cat, tuck your belly in. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just let go. Especially the lower back muscles or sacrum. That's where you tend to store all the negative energy, all the tightness, all the stuck energy. So that's the energy that when you do this pelvic tilting, as you bring the suck the belly in, is just letting go all that tension built up in that lower back muscles. So slowly you can do wag your tail sideways if you like. Slowly keep the weight on the right knee and the left palm. Extend the left leg back. Extend the right arm forward. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, left knee to the chest, right elbow to the left knee. Round your spine like you're doing the cat. Suck your belly in. Inhale. Kick the leg high. Arch your spine like you're doing the cow. You should be able to see the leg behind your head if you have a mirror in front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to switch to the opposite knee, left knee on the mat, right palm on the mat. Slowly extend the right leg back, extend the left arm forward, take a deep inhale. Keep the spine and the neck in the neutral at the beginning. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, right knee to the chest, left elbow to the right knee, round your spine, suck your belly in. Inhale. Kick the leg high. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So slowly, when you think you're ready, you can come onto all fours again. See if you can wait. Keep both palms on the mat. Extend the left knee all the way to the sideways. Sideways. And just you can look to the left. You can extend the left leg if you like, left, like almost like kicking. You can bend the knee and then bring the knee down. Same thing on the other side. The right knee up. Look towards your right side. And then you can even kick the right leg sideways, horizontal to the ground, and then bend the knee. So do that a few times. Continue to breathe in, lift the knee up, kick the leg sideways, and then bring the knee down. Right knee up. So it opens up your hip areas. So slowly come back to all fours. Now here, you can keep the forearms on the mat. We can focus on the core. Forearms on the mat. You can extend the legs like you do in the plank, like a forearm plank. Engage your core, spine and the legs in a straight line. Deep inhale. Now on your inhale, like you come onto regular plank. Spine and the legs in a straight line. On your exhale, you can go into the forearm plank. Like one palm at a time, one forearm at a time. You can do that. Keep focused on that on the center, on your nabi, the Manipura chakra. On your inhale, come up into regular plank. Keep the spine and the legs in a straight line. On your exhale, go into the forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Now that you mastered this pose, let's do the chaturangas or astangas. If you want to do astangas, knees on the mat, soften the elbows on your exhale, elbows right next to the body. Or if you are doing chaturangas, back to the plank, take a deep inhale, knees are not touching the mat, take a deep inhale. On your exhale, just soften the elbows, body hovering over the ground, elbows right next to the body. Keep focused on the core. On your inhale, if you were doing Ashtanga, you can come into Cobra. Then drop your hips down, relax your shoulder muscles, lift your head up. And if you were doing Chaturanga, spine and the legs in a straight line, then you can come into Up Dog. Knees off the mat, relax your shoulders, roll your shoulders away from your ears. So whether you're doing Ashtanga or Chaturanga, whether you're doing Cobra or Up Dog, your choice. Now push the mat as you come up into Down Dog. Stay here for a couple of cycles of breath. Deep inhalation, the deep exhalation. As you press your heels down, lift your tailbone high. Full cycle of a breath. Inhaling, exhaling. And here you start to develop the focus. Whether you can focus on your Ajna chakra, are you heart center, are you navel area, core center, whatever that object that you focus on, whether it is inside your body or outside your body, and try to become one with that object. Single-minded focus, drishti, the gaze, is so important. That's how you develop the concentration and slowly go into the meditation and slowly go beyond meditation into samadhi. Inhalations, exhalations. Inhalations, exhalations. You can keep that focused and begin and find your own drishti. What I mean by drishti is the gaze means you focus on the one object that doesn't move. So whether it is inside your mind or outside your mind, full concentration, removing all your thought waves, thought patterns, make your mind like a crystal clear diamond. And it tends to develop the nature of that very object that you focus on. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we do few of these vinyasa flows. Come back to plank on your inhale. So you don't need to wait for my instructions. On your exhale, chaturanga or ashtanga. On your inhale, come up into cobra or up dog. On your exhale, come up into down dog. So that's called a vinyasa. Vinyasa is nothing but a geometric pattern, the pattern of movements. Okay, inhale, come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, come up into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So do one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So now that you're so focused here, just in the down dog, just relax. Lift your tailbone high, press your heels down. Still focused, very, very focused. Continue to inhale. You can practice ujjayi breathing, inhaling through the throat, exhaling through the throat. Or you can also practice the yogic breathing, inhaling into the deep into the belly, exhaling deep into the belly, exhaling from the belly. Stay here for a couple of cycles of breath. So slowly lift the right leg up into three-leg down dog. Into the three-leg down dog. Engage your core, engage your navel. Slowly pull the right knee outside the right elbow. Inhale, kick the right leg back up. Exhale, bring the right knee to your face, to your nose. Suck your belly in. Inhale, kick the right leg back up. Exhale, slowly bring the right knee to the outside of your left elbow. Inhale, kick the leg back up. So do one more time. Inhale, take a deep inhale. On your exhale, outside of the right elbow. Inhale, back to three-leg down dog. Exhale, right knee to the face, facial muscles. Kick the leg back up. Inhale, Exhale, the outside of the left elbow. Back to 3-leg down. Inhale, lower the right leg down. We're going to do the other side. Just rest for a deep cycle of a breath. Now slowly lift the left leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. Inhale. On your exhale, left knee outside of your left elbow. Kick the leg back up. Inhale. On your exhale, left knee to the nose. Engage your core muscles. Kick the leg back up. Inhale. On your exhale, left knee outside of right elbow. Back up. Inhale. Slowly lower the leg down. Back to down dog. And then back to child's pose. Hope you're all doing well. Slowly warming up. If you want to take the child's pose, you can always go into child's pose. Anytime you need a breath, relax your shoulder muscles. Check your heart rate. Pulse rate. One way to check is you can sit back to Vajrasana. You can place your right hand on the heart center, left hand on your tummy. Just focus on your breath. Calm your breath. On your inhale, the belly rises up. On your exhale, the belly falls back. You focus on your heart center as well. Continue to close your eyes. Develop that focus on your heart center here. A lot of times in heartful meditation, during the meditation, the practice, focus on the heart center. In traditional techniques like Ashtanga Yoga, we focus on the Ajna chakra, third eye. It doesn't matter which one, but you are focused on one energy center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly. So now that your heartbeat or heart rhythm of the universe, this comes back to normal and her normal nature of your, rest of the day, right? Normally we don't, we don't go into that vinyasa, the fluid, active nature of our body, rajasic nature of our body. Rajasic is the activity. So you cannot. This is I think I reminded you last time. To reach that samadhi state, you cannot just go from the tamasic nature to the sattvic nature in one shot, right? The purity of the nature is the sattvic nature. The tamasic nature is that inaction, inactivity in our body, and that from inaction to the friction, from the friction and the inaction, you cannot just jump all the way to the sattvic nature. We have to go in between the action. From inaction, first you need to go to the action, rajasic nature of the mind. And that's when you develop that action and the development of the stability. You develop the movement, integrate the breath, and then finally we should be able to reach this purity of that samadhi, the purity of that sattvic nature. So you cannot just jump from one state to the third state. You need that intermediate state. And that is where the asanas really, really help. So it is a means to the end goal. It's a means. It's a vehicle to get you from place A to place B. It's a vehicle. It's not the final end goal, final destination. It's a journey. Okay, with that, let's stand up and do some asanas. So starting with the sun salutations. Hope you can still see me, okay? Come to the front of the mat, palms into Anjali Mudra. Deep inhale, reach up, arch back.
Open your heart. Keep your hips forward though. Just keep only the upper body is arching back. Your head is squeezed between your both arms. Inhale, come up again. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Chest on your thighs. Fingertips on the mat. Engage the sacrum. The lower back, the sacrum. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward bend again, arms on the mat. You can walk back or jump back into plank. Take a deep inhale. And then, engaging your core muscles, you can do Ashtanga or Chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale, slowly come up into up dog or cobra. Relax your shoulders, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for one cycle of a breath or two cycles of breath, full cycles of breath. Focus, focus, focus. Dristi, find you dristi. So this is important when you say find you dristi. Find an object that doesn't move and then focused, get focused on that. Slowly bring the right leg up to the sky. Step inside, you look between your hands and step inside your right hand, coming into lunge. Head up, focus on the Ajna Chakra. Left knee on the mat, come into Anjaneyasana. The deep devotional, surrendering, yielding pose. You can even drop your hands back. As you bring your shoulder blades together, lift your heart. You can also interlock your hands, pressing your palms, extending your elbows, bringing your shoulder blades as you come into the deep Anjaneyasana. With the devotion. Fingertips back on the mat. Left knee up, low lunge. Step forward, Uttanasana. Chest on your thighs. Feel free to bend your knees. And prepare to come up all the way up towards the light, towards the sun, with a deep love and hand for the light. Deep back bend. Fingertips back, palms back to the heart center. You can come in in between. Before we begin the next consolidation, you can come into the mountain pose. You can come into that samasthiti, equanimous state of body and mind and spirit. Observe the breath. A lot of times you can, whenever I say nature, prakriti, it means there's no nature, there's no nature or prakriti without Purusha, consciousness. So they go interchangeably. So the Purusha and the prakriti, they go the man and the nature. When I say man, it just not means gender here, okay? The person, the human, the consciousness, the infinite nature of the consciousness becomes one with the nature of the universe, prakriti. That is the ultimate samadhi. Okay, palms back to the heart center, reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, chest on your thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, arms on the mat, sit back or walk back into plank. Push into Chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale into up dog. Relax your shoulder muscles away from your ears, knees off the ground. And exhale, down dog. Stay here for a couple of seconds. Lift your tailbone high, press your heels onto the ground. Full inhale. Cycle up and inhale, exhale, retention of the breath. Second inhale, retention of the breath, and exhale. Look between your hands, lift the left leg up to the sky. 3-leg down dog, step inside your left hand. Come into the lunge, right knee on the mat. Back to Anjaneyasana. Deepen, yield, and surrender in this pose with a deep devotion. Open your heart, open your throat. Interlock your hands behind as you bring your shoulder blades together. And then whenever you're ready, back to the lunge. Step forward, back to Uttanasana. Chest on your thighs,
and back to the Urdhva. Reach up all the way up, arch back. Head is squeezed between both arms, arms to the heart. Back to Samasthiti. So let's do the sun salutation B. Come to the front of the mat this time, palms into Anjali Mudra. Inhale into chair pose. Open your arms. Shift the weight to the heels, knees are right above the toes. Exhale, Uttanasana, chest on your thighs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Exhale, step back and walk back into plank. Push into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for a couple of cycles of breath. Right leg up to the sky. Step inside your right hand. Now this time, we can keep the right leg heel on the mat, toes on the pigeon toes. Come into warrior one. Palms facing each other, front thigh is parallel to the ground. The back leg is straight. Hips are square, shoulders are square. You can add a gentle back bend here. You can also open your heart center, open your throat center. You can also do humble warrior. Interlock your hands behind. As you bring your shoulder blades together, extend your elbows. And then whenever you're ready, slowly reach forward as if you're going to bite that big toe with your mouth. Open your right hip. Bring your right shoulder inside your right knee, trying to touch the big toe with your mouth. And back to the warrior one. And we're going to switch. Palms on the mat. Step back with the right leg, back to the plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for one cycle of breath. And then prepare to do warrior one on the opposite side. Left leg up to the sky. Step inside your left hand. And then you can keep the right heel on the mat, toes down to pigeon toes. Back to warrior one on the left side. Thigh parallel to the ground. Back leg is straight. Imagine your legs are on a separate railroad tracks. Hips are square, shoulders are square. Continue to inhale. You can add a gentle back bend. You can also interlock your hands. As you bring your shoulder blades together, extend your elbows. And prepare to go into the humble warrior. Reach forward as if you're going to bite that big toe. Open up your left hip. Bring the left shoulder inside your left knee. As much as you can. Maybe one side is harder than the other. But that's what the practice is about, all about. Palms back to the warrior one. And prepare to do vinyasa again. Step back with the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. This is the final down dog in the sun salutation B. Take here for a couple cycles of breath. Pressing your heels down. Enjoy breathing if possible. Find your drishti, the gaze. Stay integrated breath. Keep integrated breath. And when you look between your hands, walk forward or jump forward. Back to Ardha Uttanasana here. Deep inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Engage your sacrum. Prepare to come back to chair pose. Palms to the heart. Back to Samasthiti. Arms down. And that's the sun salutation B. When you come to Samasthiti, you can close your eyes. Check your Itvan, the state of mind.
You should feel the equilibrium between the pain and the pleasure, suffering and the pleasure. You feel that equilibrium, the nature of the neutrality between the extremes. By the way, the Buddha taught the same thing. The middle path, he taught the middle path. That is the way to remove the suffering, avoid the suffering too, prevent the suffering too. So it is the middle path is what that gets the yogi. You do not get overly unbalanced, whether it's failure or success, whether it is pain or pleasure, or happiness or sadness. You stay in between in that middle path. But you tend to develop the love, compassion, friendliness with the happy, compassionate towards the unhappy, and then you take delight in the meritorious, in the talented, and the pleasure you take in the delighted people around you. And finally, the people who are wicked, you just stay indifferent. You don't have to judge, you don't have to worry too much, just stay indifferent. So these could be the people or these could be the personalities within you. So this is how the Patanjali gave, this is the formula he gives, how to be loving to yourself, how to be compassionate to yourself, how to be, take the pride and the delight in your own success. And when you think your mind is wicked or mind is disturbed, then you just stay indifferent. Don't pay attention to it, just ignore it. Focus on the good things and be indifferent to the other things. So again, consolidation B, palms to the heart. Inhale, back to the chair pose. Exhale, forward bend. Uttanasana, palms on the mat, step back, walk back into plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Okay, sun salutation B. Start with the left side this time. The warrior one on the left side. Prepare to come into the left leg up to the sky. Step inside your left hand. Keep the right heel on the ground. Come up into warrior one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now that you focus down the left side here, both feet are separated by the railroad track. Both are evenly, the weight is evenly distributed on both feet. Okay, so slowly, palms on the mat. Let's finish up the sun salutation B on the up, starting with the warrior one on the other side. Back to down dog. Right leg up to the sky. Step inside your right hand. Warrior one. This time we didn't do the humble warrior, right? So slowly, arms up. Very nice. Now that we did not do the humble warrior, we can, from the warrior one, we can go into the high lunge. When you go into high lunge, notice your heel is going to come up. The weight is only on toes of the back leg. Front knee is still bent, almost like the warrior, but your back leg heel is above the toes. Now that you're in high lunge, you can interlock your hands in the high lunge. Bring your shoulder blades together, extend your elbows, and see if you can do humble warrior in the high lunge. Not in the warrior, humble warrior in the high lunge. Bring the forehead towards the big toe and back up to high lunge. So let's do vinyasa again. Palms on the mat, step back into plank, deep inhale. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale into up dog. Exhale into down dog. Enjoy breathing. Take a moment, pause. Whenever you come to that inactivity, you touch upon gently with that tamasic nature. When you move from one inaction to the action, that becomes a rajasic nature. But when you go into the meditative state, it becomes that sattvic nature. Full cycles of breath. So prepare to do
Left side now. Left leg up to the side. Three leg down dog. Step inside your left hand. So instead of going into warrior one, we're going to straight away go into high lunge. Keep the heel above the toe of the back foot. Come into high lunge. Left knee bent, back leg straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can interlock your hands behind. Extend your elbows. Bring your shoulder blades together. And then when you think you're ready, see if you can do humble warrior in the high lunge. Trying to touch the big toe with your mouth. Bringing your left shoulder inside your left knee. Opening up your left hip. And when you think you're ready, back to the high lunge. And that's prepare to come back to plank. Step back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up down. Exhale, down dog. See how much in the down dogs are. Almost like the child's pose. Almost like stopping at the rest area when you're driving long distance. Enjoy breathing if possible. Whenever you're ready, look between your hands, step forward, walk forward. Back to Ardha Uttanasana. Deep inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. And back to chair pose on your inhale. And this is the end of some second consolidation B. Arms to the heart. Back to Samasthiti. Close your eyes. Back to the mountain pose. Take a pause. Take a brief pause. Try to focus on that inner nature. Try to become one with the very object that you're trying to focus. Okay, so whenever you're ready, and you weak feet, let's do a forward bend with a wide leg stance. Hands on your hips. Allow the gravity to do most of the work. Keep the block handy, close to your, somewhere close to your feet. Somewhere in the middle. Place your hands on your hips. Take a deep inhale. Slowly lean forward. Fold forward. Try to stay here for a couple of seconds, keeping the spine horizontal to the ground. And then when you think you're ready, slowly keeping the spine straight, trying to bring the head between your feet. Try not to round your spine, just to bring the head between your feet. Even if your head doesn't touch the ground today, that's okay. Use a block. And trying to keep the spine straight is the goal here, not rounding your spine. Keeping the spine straight and trying to bring the head down. Spine and the neck is in a straight line. Allow the gravity to deepen that forward bend. Keep the spine and the neck in a straight line. If you like, you can also interlock your hands behind, or you can also just fold your elbows, reach for the elbows. Each other, like right hand is reaching towards your left elbow, left hand is reaching your right elbow, keeping your folding your arms behind. Do whatever makes sense. Keep that forward bend. Allow the gravity to deepen the forward bend. Keeping the spine on the neck in a straight line, trying to bring the head towards the block. At any point in time, if you think you're rounding your spine, just bring your head a little bit away from your ground. Keep the spine and the neck in a straight line. Align your spine in a straight line, even if that means you need to bring the head away from the ground. Keep the spine and the neck in a straight line on your inhale. On your exhale, deepen forward bend without rounding your spine. One more time. Inhale, come up, keeping the spine straight, neck straight. And then exhale, trying to bring the head between your feet. Slowly come up.
Excuse me. I need to take an allergy medicine. Sorry. That's okay. So just when you think you're ready, so this time you can interlock your fingers behind your back. Bring you back. Press your elbow, like this. Interlock your hands, interlace your fingers. If you can, press your palms into each other. If you can. But the goal is not just pressing your palms into each other. The goal is to extend the elbows as you bring the shoulder blades together behind your back, like this. Elbows should be straight behind your back. Even if that means you have to separate your palms slightly, that's okay. But keep the elbows straight. Try not to bend your elbows. Keep the elbows straight behind your back. Work on that first. If you can press your palms, great. But if not, just slightly separate your palms. But keep the elbows straight as you bring your shoulder blades together. Work on that. When you think your elbows are straight, shoulder blades are close to each other, extend the elbows all the way. Now, slowly fold forward like you did before. Slowly. Trying to bring the head between the feet. Extend your arms out. Keep extending your arms out. Keep that elbow straight. Try to bring the head down to the block or to the ground. Try not to round your spine. Inhalation, keeping the spine straight. Exhalation, folding forward. Inhalation, keeping the spine straight. Exhaling, folding forward. Deepening the fold forward. So this in itself is a great way to circulate the energy and the prana, the vital living force, towards the head. So if you think you're ready, slowly bring the head away from your ground. Separate your fingertips. Place your fingertips on the mat in the center of the body. Here. Now you can slowly bend the right knee, extend the left leg, coming into Skandasana. Notice your right heel is above. Your ball is balancing on the ball of the right foot. You can extend your arms. You can bring your palms to the heart, your shoulders. Like a crouching tiger, or you can bring your palms to the heart center. So if you can, without support of the ground, you can stand up, that's great, on your inhale. If you can't do that, that's great. Come up, inhale, but if you need to necessarily touch the ground, it's okay. So now bend the left knee. Notice your heel is above the toes, you're supporting on the balancing of the left toe, extending your arms. Or you can keep the palms in the Anjali Mudra. So on your inhale, you stand up. If possible, try not to touch the ground, but if it's necessary, you can keep the fingertips on the mat as you come up. Palms in Anjali Mudra, opposite side. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Beautiful. Okay, whenever you're ready, slowly come back up. And slowly stand up. We're going to do a couple more standing asanas before we go into one-leg balancing postures. So we could start. Actually, we can start with the one-leg standing still postures, and then we can go into the moving postures as well. So slowly come to the center of the mat. You can start with the tree, very simple, basic one-leg balancing pose. Shift the weight to the left foot, fold your right knee, keep it above the knee or below the knee. Your right knee is pointing to the sideways. Keep it on the inner thigh of the left thigh, or if it is slipping, keep it below the knee. Palms into Anjali Mudra. Weight is only on one leg, but your weight is supported. You focus on the roots of the tree, focus on your core, slowly bring your arms up. Reach up into the tree pose. You can also open your arms like branches of the tree. You can also join your palms like this into like a lotus flower. You can do whatever makes sense here in this one-leg tree pose. Stay focused on your core, on the roots of the tree. So now that you're very well focused and balanced, palms back to the heart, while you're still balanced on the left knee, right knee up. See if we can extend the right leg back, kick the right leg back. Spine and the right leg is in a straight line. You still maintain the balance on the left foot. Lock your kneecap. Trying to keep your hips parallel horizontal to the ground. You can even open your arms like a flying warrior. If you like, you can bring your palms to the heart. You can extend your palms forward into warrior 3. Keep the spine and the neck and the leg in a straight line, same straight line. Still balanced, focused on the core. Here, this is where you develop the gauge. You focus on one, moving, not moving, like stationary object, stationary. Then you can maintain the balance. Slowly come back up, back to the tree pose. And then legs down, work legs down, close your eyes, back to Samasthiti. Take a pause, Samasthiti. Okay, so we did that one leg balancing on the left leg. Now we're going to do the right side. Shift the balance to the right leg. Prepare to do the tree pose on the left side. Right side, bring the left knee up. You can keep the left leg above the knee or below the knee, going into the tree pose. Slowly bring your arms up. Open your arms into the tree. You can also join your palms like a lotus flower. A lot of times the lotus is a symbol, like the Om is a symbol for practicing yogis. The lotus also is a very, very beautiful flower. If you go to India, you could see this in many lakes and ponds. It comes from the humble beginnings, from the dirt, from the very dirt, deep under the lake. And it grows up all the way up to the surface of the lake. And the flowers blooms and it shares the love and the grace and the beauty with the world. It coming from that humble beginnings. That's the nature of that lotus flower. Mostly there are two colors, red and white lotus that I have seen growing up. So they are beautiful flowers. The trunk is very long, comes from the bottom mud in the lake all the way up to the surface. So that's the yogi, the symbol of that. No matter how much turbulences you go through, you still share the best within you, like that lotus flower. That's the yogi symbol, the lotus flower, like the Om is a Adi, the originating sound. The Om is a cosmic sound. Those are the two basic symbols of yoga practice. Slowly coming up, palms back to Namaste, like Anjali Mudra. You can keep the left knee up, still stay balanced, focused on the core. Keep the right leg kneecap locked. See if you can extend the right leg back, keeping the spine and the left leg in a straight line, horizontal to the ground if possible. If necessary, if you fall, just like I did, just slowly come back. Spine on the left leg in a straight line. Lock your right leg kneecap. Open up your arms like a flying warrior. Stabilizing. Focus on one single object. Continue to breathe in. Continue to breathe out. Gaze. Focused on the alignment. Focused on the balance. And palms into Anjali Mudra. Extend your arms all the way forward into Warrior 3. Okay, if you lose balance always, smile will come back. Because no one is judging you. Slowly back to the tree pose. As I'm dancing here on the right leg, back to the tree pose. So you maintain that one leg balance in that still postures. It's really, really challenging, but it's also very rewarding. It develops the inner state of mind, not just the outer state, inner state of mind, and that deeply focused on one object. So with that, we did Warrior 3. We did 3. We can do one more standing still, one leg balance, maybe. And then we'll go into the vinyasa again one more time. So this one is Natarajasana. It's a lot of the dance. Shift the weight to the left leg, fold your right knee. This time you can hold on, turn your palms like thumb facing back. Inner forearm is facing out. You can reach for the ankle from inside, left arm up. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, first focus down the roots of the leg. Focus on locking your kneecap, focus on your core, and that's when you begin to exhale, slowly kicking the right leg up to the ceiling. You lean forward just enough for the balance. The focus is on kicking the leg high, extending the knee in the Natarajasana, like a lot of the dance pose. Continue to inhale, continue to exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If any point in time, if you lose balance, that means you're reaching the edge. That's good. Then you go back and try practicing again. Sometimes you want to support. You can reach for the couch or the wall and then stabilize yourself, and then going into the deepest Natarajasana as well. You can do whatever makes sense to you. So do the Natarajasana on the opposite side. Shift the weight to the right foot this time. Lock your kneecap, engage your core. Bend your left knee, reach for the ankle from inside. Right arm up. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, kick the left leg up towards the ceiling. Reach forward just enough for the balance. Focus on extending the left knee cap. If you're dancing on that one leg, that's the intention of this pose. Stabilize, focus on one single object. Keep on extending the left leg up. Lock your right knee cap. Focus on your core. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you think you're unstable in this pose, that means your mind is not stable. Focus on one thing. If I completely lost balance, that means my mind is not focused. So try one more time. If you lost balance, try one more time. There's no judgment. There's no expectation. But you're just trying to work on the inner nature of the mind. Trying to make that crystal clear mind. Removing the thought patterns, thought waves in your mind. That's when the pose becomes excellent. Slowly lock your right kneecap. Reach for the ankle. One more time, Natarajasana. You can focus on Ajna Chakra. Look into the infinite nature of the Prakriti. The consciousness is so focused, it becomes one with it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and release. Slowly release. So those are few standing still poses. We can do now some vinyasas flow. Then after that, maybe we'll do some floor asanas. Each of the time. You're doing well with the time. So you can use it, Matt. You can continue to see me, but you can try to. I'm turning this way, but you don't have to. You can just keep looking at me. So here, we're going to keep the legs on separate elbow track. Step back into warrior one with the left foot. And here we're going to shift the weight one more time to the right leg. You keep a block close to your right leg. Keep the block. So here in the warrior one here, legs are on separate elbow track. So just like we did before, shift the weight to the right foot completely. Kick the leg up. Like a flying warrior, like we did before. But here we're going to switch to the Ardha Chandrasana. Keep the right hand on the block, no weight on the block, but keep the spine and the left leg in a straight line. You can look down in the half moon pose. Continue to inhale, continue to exhale. Engage the kicking leg, the spine and the leg in a straight line. Focus, find your destiny. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Reverse half moon, revolve half moon, you can call it. Left arm down, still maintain the spine and the leg in a straight line. Don't drop the leg down. You reach the left hand towards the block. You can bring the right hand up,
or wrap your right hand behind your back. Right? If you can, slowly maintain the balance here. Lower the left leg down, back to warrior one. So here again, the left leg comes to the same railroad track, and here front knee is still bent, warrior two. Right knee is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look towards your middle finger, gaze into that infinite nature of the Prakriti. Turn your right palm up, keep the right knee still bent into the reverse warrior. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now back to warrior two. Now here, keep the knee bent. You can do side angle pose. You can draw the block close to the right foot, side angle pose. There's no way down the right hand on the block. You can also wrap your left hand behind. You can also do slowly revolve side angle pose. You slowly bring the left hand towards the block. Here you can lift. Here is an option here. You can lift the left heel up as you come into it, revolve side angle pose. You can also keep the left knee on the mat. If you can, gently keep the left knee on the mat. You can bring the left elbow outside of your right knee, all the way, and then join your right palm to the left palm, back to Anjali Mudra. Now you can get the elbow on your knee as a support, as a leverage. You can lift the left knee up into the side praying pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Back to the revolve side angle, back to the side angle. When you come back to side angle, you can lower the heel of the left leg, and then back to warrior two. Now your right thigh is singing a song. Mine does. Straighten the legs. Straighten both legs. Extend your arms, like coming into triangle. Same as the side angle, but the knees are straight in triangle. Entire body is on one plane. Like imagine your entire body stretching your back wall. Stay there, continue to inhale, exhale. In the triangle pose, both legs are straight, both shoulders are straight. Your entire body is in one plane, one single plane. Now, whenever you're ready, slowly bring the forehead towards the right knee, coming into head to knee pose. Standing up, head to knee pose. You can keep the both fingertips touching, both legs are straight, forehead to the knee. You can do chin to the chest, forehead to the knee. Keep both knees straight, spine straight. And slowly come up. Slowly come up. And turn your right toes in. So back to that wide-legged stance pose. So I hope you're all with me here. So what we just did, so we started with the warrior one, but we moved on to some other postures, like a half moon pose, reverse half moon pose, and then we went to the side angle pose, and then we went to the triangle pose as well. And in between we did the side praying pose as well. So those are a few standing asanas, beautiful asanas, and it brings awareness, alignment in your body and mind and spirit. So let's do the opposite side. Now we can come to the front of the mat. Both heels are on a separate railroad track. Now keep the left, I don't know, whichever leg you did not do, right? Keep the left leg forward, right leg back to warrior one.
So here, from this warrior one stance, we can do shift the weight to the left leg. We can keep it block close to the left foot here, somewhere here. From the warrior one, shift the weight to the left foot, completely take the leg up like a flying warrior. And when you think you're ready, keep the left leg, left arm or left hand on the block. Keep the spine and right leg in a straight line into half moon pose on the left side. Look down for the balance. The spine on the right leg is in a straight line. Deep inhale and then exhale. Inhale and then exhale. Half moon pose. Now reverse half moon. Still maintain the balance on the left leg. Still keep the right leg above. Spine on the right leg is in the same straight line. Now reach for the right hand towards the block. If necessary, tilt the block as needed. But keep the spine and the right leg above horizontal to the ground. Don't drop the right leg down. So keep into half moon, reverse half moon. You can bring the left hand up or wrap your left hand behind. Your choice. So here, you can keep the palms into Anjali Mudra. Or if you fall, you can just come back and smile. Keep the right leg. Don't drop the right leg. Palms in Anjali Mudra. And then slowly drop your right leg down. Back to warrior one. Now we're going to switch right leg to the same straight line as the left leg as you're going into warrior two. Left knee bent, back leg straight. Look towards the middle finger into that infinite gauge. Drishti. Slow deep inhale, slow deep exhale. Inhale, exhale. Turn your left palm up. Reverse warrior. Still keep the left knee bent. Keeping the left knee bent, you can see if you can go into side angle pose. Use a block, no weight on the block, coming into the side angle pose. Both shoulders are aligned. You can even drop your right arm behind, your choice. Left knee is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, revolve side angle pose. Keep the right hand on the block. Now you can lift the right heel above the toes. Into this is called the revolved side angle pose. You can wrap your left arm behind, keep the left knee still bent. You can keep the right knee on the mat, trying to bring the right elbow outside of your left knee, and join your palms in Anjali Mudra with the right elbow outside your left knee. As a leverage, you can lift the right knee up in the side praying pose. Deepen the twist. Bring the Anjali Mudra to the center of the heart. And back to revolve side angle. And back to the side angle. You can keep the heel on the mat again. And here, you can straighten the left leg. And become going into the triangle pose. Left knee straight, both legs are straight. Begin going into the triangle pose. Continue to breathe in, breathe out. Now we can do reverse triangle. We can also do head to knee pose. You can narrow the distance between the feet, turn your right toes in, trying to bring the forehead to the left knee. Into head to knee pose. You can do chin lock, forehead towards the knee, chin towards your chest. It's really good for your thyroid gland if you do that chin lock. In the head to knee pose, standing, both legs are straight. Slowly come back up. And turn your left toes in, back to the normal standing still pose. Hope you're all with me. And if you think your heartbeat is too fast, slow down. You can come into the equine state of mind. Left hand on your tummy, right hand on the heart center. Close your eyes. Continue to inhale. Continue to exhale. We did not do arm balances today. Okay, sorry. Some UPS guy. Okay. So whenever you're ready, just listen to the body, heartbeat, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're going to do a few more asanas like I was telling you. We did not do arm balances today. This class, maybe next class we could do arm balances. Okay, so with that, let's come down onto the mat. Let's do some back bends on the mat. Turn sideways or face you, either way it's fine. Just make sure you're stabilized. I can come closer to you as well, so you can see me a little better. Chin on the mat, forehead on the mat. You can bring your arms away, shoulders away from your body. So when you think you're ready, just go into locust pose first, like a skydiving pose. Just lift your heart, lift your hips, lift your legs, everything up. Look up, like you're skydiving. Imagine everything up except your belly on the mat. Continue to inhale, continue to exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, place your palms on the mat, turn your head to one side, like you do in the Makarasana. Like a resting pose, crocodile pose. Continue to inhale, continue to exhale. So next back bend is the Dhanurasana. So bend your knees, both knees, reach for the ankles from outside, like you did in the Natarajasana. But here we are actually reaching, grabbing your ankles from outside. Think of your arms are like strings attached on both ends of the bow. On your inhale, keep your legs into the arms, coming into bow pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And rest. Back in the Makarasana, turn your head to the opposite side. We'll do one more back bend, come onto the knees. Let's do the camel. Place your hands behind your back, knees are closer to each other. If you can look back, you can keep the curl your toes under, or you can keep the ankle on the mat, your choice. Push your hips, thighs into the imaginary wall in the front. Keep your thighs and pelvic area glued into the wall as you arch your upper back behind your back. Slowly bring the right hand up, right hand towards right heel, left hand up into half camel. Keep pushing, inhale, keep pushing into the wall. Then exhale, grip on your right heel, just deepen the back bend. You're not falling back, not leaning back. Inhale, push into the wall, exhale, deepen the back bend. Inhale, push into the wall, exhale, deepen the back. Now we're going to switch, half camel on the opposite side. One more time, push into the wall, inhaling, thighs, pelvis, hips into the wall. Slowly lift the left arm up, reach for the left heel. but don't drop back. Inhale, push into the wall. You can lift the right arm up into half camel. With the grip on your left heel, deepen the back bend on your exhale. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, deepen the back bend. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, deepen the back bend. Fingertips back on the mat. And you can take it to child's pose here. Before we do last inversions, child's pose here. You can separate your knees. Keep the spine straight, fold it down. Enjoy child's pose. So when you think you're ready, slowly come up. Now this time we're going to do some inversions. Lie down on your back. You're trying to sideways, go sideways, but use a block again. It's a lot easier if you do the block. Just lie down on the back. Knees pointing above. You can use block here. Your feet are so close to the hips, entire spine touching the mat. You just do the belly breathing. Slowly lifting your hips high. You can use a block again, support the bridge. And if you do not have a block, you can support with the elbows under the bridge. Or elbows under the bridge. You support your hips high as you can bring it. There's no weight on the neck and the head. So the goal is to lift the heart higher than the brain. So the blood circulates to the brain using the gravity. If you have a block, you can feel free to use block. Otherwise, support your hips with the elbows underneath and lift your hips high. You can also lift both legs up into the legs up the wall. Your upper body is inclined. Your heart is still higher than the brain. It's a lot easier. Legs up the wall is a lot easier. Those who like to do shoulder stand, go for it. Roll down to the shoulders. Keep the shoulder spine and the legs right above the shoulders, in one vertically right above the shoulders, in one straight line. So if you are doing shoulder stand, those who are doing legs up the wall, you can stay there. Those who are doing legs shoulder stand, just make sure you roll your body weight under the shoulders first. Slowly lift your hips high. As soon as you lift your hips high, support the hips with your arms. Like this, support the spine, and then keep the spine straight, legs straight, straighten the spine and legs right above the shoulders. Point your toes. Bring the chest into the chin. And once you stabilize in this pose, focus. Find your district. Spine, legs. Continue to inhale. Continue to exhale. And trying to bring the legs away from your head. Bring the hips towards your head. Straight. It allows you to keep the spine and the legs in one straight line. There's no weight on the neck and the head. And those who like to do halasana, you can bring the legs outside, other side of the head. You can interlock your hands, bring the legs towards the ground. If they are not touching the ground, that's okay.
But eventually they will touch the ground in the halasana, keeping the legs straight. And those who like to come back, slowly come back to shoulder stand. Slowly drop your entire spine on the mat. But don't drop all of a sudden, one vertebra at a time. Slowly, with control, engaging your core muscles, one vertebra at a time until you can keep the entire spine on the mat. Again, the legs come perpendicular to the body. Slowly lower the legs down. Now you can take, I don't know, what do you call that? Matsyasana, and then finally Shavasana after that. If you're doing Matsyasana, fish pose, place your palms facing down, lift your hips high, slide your palms underneath the hips, extend the legs. The lower body stays on the mat, and only the upper body arches back like the fish, like the mermaid or the fish diving back, or a dolphin diving back. So your weight shifts to the elbows as you arch your upper body up. Keep the lower body on the mat. Just arch your upper body back, open your throat. The weight is on your elbows. Your head is close to the ground but not touched. There's no weight on the head. Open your heart, open your throat. Vasyasana. And finally, slowly lie down on the mat completely and going into Shavasana. Hope you're all doing well. This is the last resting pose, is the Shavasana. Just stay there, continue, close your eyes, let go. Arms away from the body, palms facing up, heels and toes out, entire body on the mat. Inhalations and exhalations. Just focus on the belly breathing. On your inhale, the belly rises up. On your exhale, belly falls down. So as you're resting in this Shavasana, let me read a poem by Kahlil Gibran. I guess I'm not pronouncing it correctly. And he wrote a beautiful poem in the Prophet on children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of light's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he burns you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your landing in the archer's hand be for the gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that he flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. It's a beautiful poem on how to raise children and how to allow them to follow their own dreams. It's a beautiful poem, so that I thought I'd share this with you. So, as many of you are raising moms and dads, so I thought I'd share this poem with you as you're resting in Shavasana. So you become the bows from which those can be shot, like your kids. They go far and beyond if you support them, nurture them. Slowly hug your knees to the chest. Roll on to the right side, like a baby in the mother's womb. And slowly come up. Let's sit quietly in meditative state for a few moments. You can use a blanket as you sit comfortably in meditative state. Thank you all for staying for the entire class. And you can always, if you missed, if any of your friends missed it, you can ask them to go back and replay the video and then practice on their own at their own convenient time. Close your eyes. Arms in Dhyana Mudra. Index finger touching your thumb. Keep the wrists on the palms, wrists around your knees. Keep the spine straight. Slightly tuck your chin in. Close your eyes. Focus on the Ajna chakra or focus on your heart center and going into the deep meditative state. Remember the definition of samadhi, how when you remove the thoughts, when your mind becomes clear of all the thought waves, it becomes like a crystal clear diamond, and then it has a tendency to reflect upon the very nature of the object that you're focused on, like the diamond reflects the light of the object, colored object that's close to it. That's how the mind becomes pure and reflects, and what shines forth, whatever the object of your concentration is. And it becomes the very nature of the object, the inner nature of that object.
Sat, Chit, Ananda. You are the truth, you are the consciousness, and you are the blissfulness. Slowly bring your palms to the heart center, bow down to yourself, bow down to each and every one of you for joining and practicing with us today. Namaste. Slowly open your eyes. So with that, I think we conclude our practice today. Just a reminder, next Saturday we have a VIEW conference, Vivekananda International East-West Yoga Conference. The conference is also online, but we are, instead of YouTube, we will use Zoom because it's a two-way. We need two-way communication. We have featured speakers coming from many spiritual organizations in and around Chicago, even from California. So we have beautiful sessions all planned. Starts at 8 a.m. celebrating the 158th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, who brought yoga and Vedanta to the United States, mainly to the Chicagoland area in 128 years ago when he was 30 years old. So that's how yoga now, how many billions, how many millions, and how many billions of people are practicing it now. But he is the one who planted the seeds for the yoga in the United States. And not only that, he also brought the wisdom of Vedanta into the Western world. Like Buddha takes the Buddhism to the Eastern world, Swami Vivekananda was the one who brought the yoga and the Vedanta to the Western world. There's a beautiful celebration of his birth anniversary, and mainly, and our Hindu temple of Greater Chicago is celebrating his birth anniversary since 150th birth anniversary. This is our 9th annual VIEW conference, Vivekananda International East-West Yoga Conference. So check the schedule. I posted all the schedules. If you have not registered, please go ahead and register. Ask your friends and family and everyone who is excited about the yoga, ask them to register as well. So it's a free conference. Starts at 8 a.m., goes up to 1 p.m., 1 p.m. slightly, maybe beyond 1 p.m. So we have a good lineup of featured speakers. So check the schedule. If you would like to donate, and there is a link at the temple website, you could donate any nominal donations that you can make to the temple. And also, if you have not renewed your memberships for this 2021 for the HTGC yoga classes, we have a link for that. Renewing memberships as well. Yeah, but if you are in the financial hardships, just we understand. Not worry about it. But that's it. Have a wonderful weekend. See you all. Namaste.